I'm enjoying. Man, I can't see anything. And the one in the chat is you could be able to hear me. Strong Banner Black. All right, man. So, mm, mm. I've been meaning to do this live stream before, but just come off the heels of a very good conversation on G Dizzle's channel. So, what I've been doing, uh, I normally be off this from January to April, but man, the transportation industry is going through some changes because normally right now this is the dead season, at least until March. Well, with all these things, these ships sitting out at port, I decided to work through this time period. So you have to realize that a lot of these ports are coming online. A lot of these port cities that never used to have these container ships coming through there, they're now starting to come through there, man. And a lot of them are starting to come up the Mississippi River to like, all places. Well, not in Mississippi, obviously, 'cause they don't have the infrastructure set up, but like Memphis and St. Louis. Yeah, man, it's a lot of things happening in the industry, man. It's a lot of money changing hands. That's going to be changing hands for at least a generation because these big companies can't possibly move and go to another location not as quickly as people who've already been in those locations. Yep, them too. Yep. So here's the thing, man. There's a point that was brought up, and I don't like this point. Listen, man. Don't mentor anybody, man. Don't mentor anybody. Don't mentor anybody. These people have the results that they have based on the choices that their mothers made. Okay, you got to keep in mind these people made an actual choice to follow behind a bad cultural narrative with the expectation of they was going to make things so bad that they were going to guilt trip decent people who've actually done the right things with their lives to coming back and saving all of them. And I don't want to hear that shit. What's going on with your skills? So here's the thing. Your community starts with your household. That's where your community starts at, your household. And you have to realize that solving the productivity piece for yourself is the only thing that you need to do as a man. Is solve the productivity piece for yourself. Because what you need to create is you need to create a like minded culture of people to join you where you are at and where you are going. Now, if you turn around and try to get to the top of the mountain, throw the rope to the bottom, and hope these people climb up the top of that mountain, you have to understand that depending on how far low the weight is with you throwing the rope down there, that weight is going to be very heavy. That you're going to have to pull them to the top. What's going on, Ronnie? What's going on, Jamal White? So you have to understand this. The people who spent their time gaslighting decent black men throughout their whole lives, that we didn't bow down to a cultural narrative. You have to understand that those men were chosen because they were weak, because they were stupid, because they were ignorant, because they was easily bought off by sexual access. That's what happened there, folks. It's not any harder than that. So the same people who got bought off by easily sexual access can't really turn around and try to make us mentor their kids that they put out here. They can't do anything like that. You don't have any power. You don't have any power over choice. This is why every time I see these live streams calling people tricks and all this kind of stuff, oh, you're going overseas because you're sex tourism. Okay, what about the sex tourism in the United States? No one talks about that. Yeah, the sex tourism that has you learning game and jumping into clubs and spending all your money there. Cars, perfume, all this kind of stuff. You get in the greatest shape of your life to go do something incredibly stupid and dumb. You see, nobody talks about those things. And those issues are never brought up whenever people are actually trying to bring forth these matters. What's wrong, black girls? Because at the end of the day, most of these people are on a collision path of going exactly where they want to go. They want to go exactly where they want to go. What's wrong, TJ? Make sure y'all hit the like button upon coming in. Yeah, like I said, man, I don't even bother responding to these people anymore. Because here's the thing. If you're actually community minded, you have to ask yourself, when did you become community minded? And how come you're not taking responsibility for where the community currently is right now? Because see, that's a part of caring about something, is being responsible for it. I can't say that I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan without knowing who the players of the team are, who's in the front office, what kind of decisions that they made, how they've, not really have kept up with the draft picks and choices and all that kind of stuff. When I say that I'm a member of an organization, I'm actually invested and involved in that. Yeah, I just don't want to say that I care about the community, but if you look at the women of the community, I wouldn't be able to say that. I can't. I wouldn't be able to say that with a straight face. I wouldn't be able to do it. You have to understand that these people need real help. Like both sides of this issue need specially trained individuals on how to deal with the opposite person of that. Specially trained individuals. You need a specially trained man who's going to match himself up with somebody who has had infinite choice, who didn't manage the choice properly, and can walk out of a relationship at any beck and call whenever they want to. You need a special trained individual to deal with a person who's going to be matching themselves up with the female in that type of situation. Normally, if you give a feminine woman to an actual man, no matter where he's at in life, he's going to be fine. I've seen it dozens of times. I've seen the most gynocratic and bitch run dudes get access to an actual feminine woman who gives a damn and cares about where the family trajectory is going to go, and that person has no problems, period. But like I said, man, we're in the fourth quarter, and it's a 2 minute warning. And what you can't do at this specific point in time is act like you were a member of a group that you clearly wasn't a member of. We know what the music was in the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s and the 20 teens. We know what this stuff was, man. We know about the lack of actual investment in people. We know about this stuff. So we can't come around now acting like we don't know why we're here. So when somebody tells you that the Black Manosphere is about entertainment, it's not a person you could trust, man. If you're trying to run up bags and all this stupid ass shit off of these problems that we have within the space, man, then you clearly have made yourself part of an issue that you didn't need to be a part of in the first place. Were you really waiting all this time so the conversation can get so granular that you can just pretty much say that you're for the community, say that you want to restrict yourself to dating black women, but have no actual ability to actually produce for them? And acting like having the relationship conversation is the best way to take care of these people with these actual problems they hear? We can't be serious. We can't be serious. Just because you want to restrict your access to sex with a specific group, a demographic of women, that doesn't mean you care about them. Yeah, we need to start talking about that. If you only want to restrict yourself to broken people that you want to have sex with, so that way you can pawn off the responsibilities of her actual activities afterwards onto somebody else, you're a fucking monster. That's what you are. You don't care about these people. If you cared about them, you would have an actual track record of caring about them. What were you doing at this specific point in time to care about XYZ people that you claim to be a part of, that you claim to want to be community minded and invested in? I've been stopped taking these people seriously about this community minded shit. I've been stopped taking them seriously. Years ago. Years ago. Because I knew it. I seen what they was choosing. I didn't care that they didn't choose me. I didn't care about that at all. No, I just went somewhere else. That's it. And I still care. Yeah. Because I see what these kids come from. And I see what these kids turn to. In greater number, they turn into the version of the man that put their mother in that situation in the first place. So now these dudes don't even focus on productivity because her mother never picked for productivity. So why the hell would she turn her son into, on average, for something that she didn't even go for? On average, with infinite choice. So when a man says that he's community minded or that he cares about the community, and the only thing that he has in his quiver is sexual access, like, what is this? What is this? People come to a space that here to talk about problems and fix them. Because see, there was supposed to be an action component to what you were doing here. The action component was to be, okay, now that I know what the problem is, what type of personnel am I going to deal with that doesn't have these type of problems? You want to know what the answer wasn't? The answer wasn't the same type of people why your ass came here in the first place. No, I don't buy it. I require proof because everybody's community mindedness is still centered around the I hit it first type of nonsense. I hit it first, therefore I'm community minded, therefore I'm going to push this responsibility off on other people to fix something, even though those people haven't even demonstrated a level of success within their own life with the same group of people. But they want to pawn this issue off onto other people. Man, dude, I remember the first time I heard that shit, man. Oh, the manospheres for entertainment. Dude, I don't see shit entertaining about our condition right now. I don't see nothing entertaining about that. I don't see nothing entertaining about that. I don't see nothing entertaining about responding to ill prepared women on average all day. I don't see anything entertaining about that. The reason why these women are mad is because they were promised something for the sexual access that they gave out. They were promised something for that. And now the dudes that they starved out ain't coming to rescue them. So rather than go to those men who put them in those circumstances in the first place, let's go on K Business Podcast. They come after the men who just simply want happiness. They were promised that, Jamal. They were promised that. They were promised that. When do we say this failed? When do we say this failed? I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. Like, we just can't allow people to claim that they care about the black community like that. I am getting real sick of that, man. I get real sick of it. I also get real sick of people trying to malign groups of people that they know nothing about. And most of these dudes wasn't even the ones that was even picked by these women. That's the other part of this. Everybody is claiming to be that guy from back in the day, but the women ain't claiming them. The women ain't claiming them. They're claiming the women ain't claiming them. So now the women and the man both themselves have access to the productivity piece. Yes, both sides of the option have the access to engage in the productivity piece. That's the good thing now. Right now, we're the less drug addled as we've ever been. Right now, we're the less locked up as we've ever been. Right now, we have more access to skills and abilities and opportunities from workforce centers to Udemy to all types of books and classes online that you don't even need an actual degree to get into now. We got access to all of that. And after all the time that these people put in to have equal access to the ability to move your life forward, we got a bunch of people who don't even want to fucking try. Are you serious? Nah, man, I'm not buying that, man. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that, man. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not. What's wrong, Mike B? My father would have killed if he would have lived. He would have killed to have the opportunity to own his own trucking company and his own shop. I get to do both of those things. My dad put in so much time fixing people's equipment. They never paid him. They used to call the police to come get their shit. Just all kinds of stupid shit. After he would be on the road for 50 hours a week, he would come home on the weekend and still be fixing on cars and trucks and shit. And these people wouldn't even pay him, man. Worked himself right into the grave, helping other people. You ain't supposed to be out here struggling, man, for nobody. I don't want no fucking woman to struggle. I don't want no fucking man to struggle. You need a woman or a man that is fresh as your goddamn circumstances and your lack of experience. That's right. You need somebody who's just as invested in the outcome as you do. What's wrong with that? Your ass is being socialized right now into going through the same bullshit for the rest of your life. Yeah, that's how he died at 42. Trying to help everybody else and nobody fucking paid him. Yeah, he was the community guy who fixed a lot of people's cars and nobody fucking paid him. Yeah, that's how it is. Nah, man. You make sure you get out of this fucking fire. And once you take your ass out of the building, you're not obligated to go back in and save anybody else. If you want to help them, be the best example of what you could have been. So that way when they ask you how you get there, I'm like, dude, I used to be just like you. Except I focus on the things that I need to focus on. Yeah, you get what you pay for. You get what you invested. Right now, outside of the container stuff that I'm doing, I normally right now do fertilizer, trying to get these farms online so that way whenever March comes through or whenever the weather breaks sooner, some places like Florida and southern Alabama, they're there for the farm season. I'm starting to see more and more Latinos and Chinese own farms in the South. I own a couple. We don't hate you because we're not trying to help you. Sometimes, man, I just want to have a peaceful ass existence because that's what I worked for. Not right now. Not right now. But yeah, that's one of them. You're owed a peaceful existence, man. You're owed a peaceful existence. You're owed that. Everything in your life is supposed to be preparing for a time where you won't have to work as hard. I remember George H.W. Bush, one of my favorite politicians, until I actually knew what his track record was. He came up with this actual idea called the Peacetime Dividend. Now, don't get me wrong, it was some bullshit because defense spending never goes down. So, his actual idea was if you spent all this money on defense today, you won't have to spend money on defense in the future. When he was clearly lying because after the Cold War, we still spend as much money on defense as we spend it while the Cold War was going on. But the peacetime dividend, the concept does work. The original concept. You're supposed to be spending your youth getting your skills together, man. Sometime in your 30s, like I did, you're supposed to be turning your skills into a 1099 situation. By the time you end up at your late 30s, you're supposed to be turning that, going into your 40s, you should be turning that into an actual business of some sort. That's what everybody else is doing, man. Everybody else is investing in America, investing in learning how things work, investing in the actual skills. I seen these people when I was in Denver, when I first came back, in the late 90s. I seen these people who were cutting grass, working on bases, laborers, all the kind of stuff. Them dudes working extremely hard, but you know what the people had? Some effective ass wives who raised some effective ass children. And you know what them children are doing right now? They are fucking running Denver right now. Why? They had a path. They didn't want to be laborers and people who cut grass. That's why they turned around and made sure that their kids were invested in their actual own future. Why? They made sure that they were way a hell of a lot more invested than they were. Don't talk about how we failing in this motherfucker, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. We don't need to be making a bag off these problems, man. We need to be solving these shits and moving on from it, man. For real. Because having conversations with anti-black people and all that kind of dumbass shit because you don't want to pick up a book and learn the history one time and the shit be over with, man, it's pathetic, man. Not knowing jack shit about the country you live in, but you complaining about reparations and all that kind of dumbass shit, man. That shit looks crazy. It looks crazy. It looks crazy talking about octane systems, feeding you into the same group of fucking women that cause all these fucking problems in the first place. What's going on, Tommy? The Black Manosphere turned into a female empowerment zone. Let's just admit it. What's wrong with that? The Black Manosphere turned into a female empowerment zone. You want to know how that happened? We had masculinists, a term they made up, come around here doing the same shit that the feminists did to the women. You don't console weak ass men. If weak ass men didn't do what the fuck they needed to do, then they need to suffer and starve for it. You don't tell men they're there, pat on the head, so much, so much relationship, so much relationship energy put in what why are you dating the wrong people? Why are you dating the wrong people and expecting them not to treat you like shit? They're supposed to treat you like shit because you're dumb. Why would you keep introducing the same level of effort into a person that doesn't have the actual statistics or track record or vlogging online record of fucking with you in the first place? Every time a woman that we could easily stay the fuck away from says some dumbass shit, you want to know what happens? Every fucking unproductive nigga in the goddamn manosphere want to fucking get their 2 cents on it. Now, the whole manosphere has turned into responding to Kevin Samuels and the Fresh and Fit people. Why? Because these motherfuckers didn't want to produce shit. They didn't want to produce their own fucking content. What they wanted to do, they wanted to do something easy. And I admit, Talking about these goofy assholes is easy. But how is focusing on those women, which is not part of masculinity, by the way? My grandfather did not sit around worried about what unmarriageable women thought or what the fuck they did. No, hell no. Nobody did that shit. That's some shit that these black exploitation niggas came up with. So you guys have got to realize this, man. You get what you planted, even if it's nothing. You have to realize, look, if you keep talking about her, then her position becomes better and greater than your position. Yeah, that's how that works. If the majority of the focus is on somebody who you should leave the fuck alone, then that becomes your destination point. It's dealing with those actual people. Unless dealing with these actual people is some shit you want to do anyway, even though you know it's wrong and bad for you. Nobody ever talks about that. Nobody talks about that. The masculinity piece was only supposed to be productivity only. Most of these people want to keep up bullshit conversations is because they can't focus on real shit. Because if the conversation moved from there to somewhere else, that's on some productive shit, they have nothing to offer to the conversation. Think about it. If you took the uncultured woman out of the conversation, what would most of these dudes be talking about? A lot of people have built their entire lives around female mismanagement of sexual faculties. Like Google Analytics and shit ain't no version of fucking masculinity, man. You still got to go out here and deal with some real ass shit in life, man. You got to. Because then again, the existence of male happiness actually frightens these people. They don't want to see the average man be able to win shit in life. They want to see the average man go through the same bullshit that most of these other failed men have been through. That's what it is now. They didn't come here to succeed. They didn't come here to fix any problem. They came here to be the fucking problem. That's what they came here to do. They came here to learn how to be the problem. These are the real fucking divestors. Yeah, the motherfuckers talk about the relationship talk. Those motherfuckers are divestors. How the fuck is it that men who just want a one and done dealing with a different culture of people, how the fuck did we get to be called divestors? When the black exploitation niggas were divestors. The motherfuckers who sold fucking heroin in the 60s were divestors. The motherfuckers who sold crack cocaine in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, those motherfuckers were divestors. We divestors? Because we don't want to fuck with this shit? Are you kidding me? Because this man ain't gonna come running. Because that type of man ain't gonna come running. That type of man ain't gonna come running to people who he knows the track record of. That kind of man ain't coming running to help people. who set their own house on fire after you told them not to play with matches near those damn curtains. That man ain't coming to put that fire out. Remember, you brought this shit on yourself, but not focusing on the shit you need to focus on. All because you just want to qualify for a broken fucking woman, so you did exactly what you thought the other men did to get access to her. You held yourself back. You talked with the fifth grade fucking education. Anything to get yourself some sexual fucking access. So that way you can walk into the same circumstances that the other dudes did. And their level of failure. Y'all gonna stop slandering these fucking passport dudes and SYSBM, man. Y'all gotta stop doing that shit. Y'all better start showing that you actually care about these women that you keep pandering to or towards. These people need to be told the truth. They don't need to be lied to by another generation of huckster ass dudes, man. Remember, y'all put them here. Remember, y'all put them there. And y'all are responsible for this shit, man. If the only thing you can give to the black cause is some fucking skin color, what are you doing here? The only thing you're trying to protect is the hue of skin color? You don't care about the outcomes? You don't care about the statistics? You don't care about who chose who at what time and how these results came to be? The only thing you want to protect is skin color? Uh, what? What? That's all you want to protect? This is nuts, man. This is nuts. Why is it that with everybody individual choice, why are people still losing? People keep acting like they didn't have the individual choice to choose something else. They keep acting like that's the case. You guys have got to understand, man. You got to move to the second rap album. You know what happens in the second rap album? The first rap album is pretty good. The second rap album, all the things that led to the first rap album, you can no longer talk about because all those issues are over. Now you start to talk about peace and things actually going well, and guess what? Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that. I want to hear you burn the club up. I want to hear you tear the club up. I want to hear all your dumbass relationship stories. That's the shit that they want to hear. But now that you got to the money and you no longer have those problems and you dealt with a different culture of people because you be around better people when you make better money, that doesn't mean that you necessarily are going to pick from them. Yeah, you start to have a different output and a different outlook on life. Then you see them album sales from the second rap album. You know what you do? Take your dumb ass back around those people that made the first rap album possible. You get yourself a charge, you go to jail, then you get out. Now you have enough information for the third rap album. Yeah. Yeah, when Mary J. Blige's life was going good, yeah, man, them albums were pretty whack. The moment she started having them fucking man problems, oh, them albums got good to the motherfucker, didn't it? Like you see this shit play out in front of you, and you keep acting like you're not gonna go through the same shit that they go through if you practice it the same way that they practiced it. There ain't enough you to go around in that fashion, man. It ain't. But that's the problem, man. You've been taught to reject peace. You've been taught to reject freedom. You've been taught to reject things going well. You've been taught to reject things working right. You've been taught to reject stability. Because in stability, everybody don't get a piece and a part of you by being a stable person. Nobody gets access to you being a stable ass, happy ass individual who ain't compromised by the actual environment itself. But you know who they do get access to? Do you know who they get all the shit out of? The fun guy. Yeah, the fun guy with nothing to lose, whole bunch of time to get in some nonsense. That's what I'm saying. You got to have a better outcome than these people around you, man. That's why I always go back home. As soon as I get a chance, I go back home. You know what I see? A whole bunch of everyday brothers. Dudes who were smart as shit, had a whole bunch of family, who was way ahead of the curve, everything. You know what they wanted to be? They wanted to be hood dudes. They wanted to sell dope for sport. They wanted to fuck around with hood chicks and fuck their whole life up. So that way they can be down. Where are these people at now? 40 and 50 years old, still wearing child support uniforms and shit. This shit's pathetic. They got what they invested in, man. If somebody's talking about that bullshit, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. You got what you invested in, man. Somebody started talking about that mentor and shit, and man, you slap their teeth down their fucking throat. You slap their fucking teeth down their throat. I didn't fucking come all this fucking way to be fucking around with day one problems, man. That's not why the fuck I did all this. I didn't do all this shit to be fucking around with other people's kids, man, who didn't fucking come out here and put the time that I put in for this shit, man. Nobody asked their productive men in society to go around helping out other motherfuckers who didn't invest shit, man. What's the whole point of getting your shit together when the moment you fucking do, people who never respected you expect for you to come and raise their fucking kids, man? What's the fucking point of this shit, man? So you mean to tell me that I did all this shit so that way I could turn around and pitch it in people's faces and waste all my motherfucking time, man? Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. Nigga, you the fucking motherfucker who's community minded. You care about this shit, right? You get it cracking. You get it popping by your motherfucking self. Clear your own fucking name if you feel responsible for this shit, man. Stop trying to depend on the kindness and the goodness of random motherfuckers to do shit that's other people's fucking responsibilities, man. Listen, man, we got here on a household by household basis, and we gonna fix this shit on a household by household basis. You know what you need to do? You need to lead them motherfuckers out there to starve. It's starving time, man. You don't want to study the actual political history of the country. You don't want to take no sides. You don't want to do shit, man. Fuck them dudes. Stop addressing them. You gotta understand, man. Once you start getting your shit together, you go get some real ass fucking enemies, man. You ain't gonna have time for trying to maintain these fake ass relationships, man. You're not gonna have time to maintain these fake ass relationships. You're not gonna have time for that shit. You barely gonna have time for you. And if you have a family, then you definitely gonna have time for nothing else. My idea of community starts and ends with the fucking household. Their idea of the community starts and ends with getting pussy. That's what the community was. Community to them is women that they can sexually feed off of. That's what a lot of these dumbass motherfuckers want to do. They just want to fuck these women, dude. They don't give a fuck about the outcome of these boys. They don't give a fuck about that. That's not for them to fix. They've already said that another group of men is going to come through and fix this shit for them. These are the punk ass pieces of shit who lied to these fucking women, man. They were promised cleanup men. They were promised men that they can stomp all over, man. That's what we are. But you think this shit is entertainment, right? It's entertainment for a grown ass fucking nigga to be talking to fucking young ass fucking women that they can't fucking help. You think that shit's entertaining? That shit ain't entertaining, man. That shit's sad to the motherfucker. Responding to women who shouldn't have a fucking voice. That's what you want to spend your fucking time doing, huh? You didn't have a voice in corporate America for the better part of 50 fucking years. And the first time you do get a voice, you want to address forgetful ass motherfuckers. What's your only shot and chance to correct your fucking image? That's what you wanted to do? With your voice? Stagnate the whole entire fucking group? Build a cult of personality for your fucking self rather than fix this shit so that way we can all fucking benefit from the actual shit being fixed? But you want to solve your own productivity problem with our collective fucking problems. This shit's crazy, man. Shit's crazy. So you guys have got to understand that these motherfuckers shouldn't have had a voice anyway. There's a reason why you don't have a voice, man. You shouldn't have a voice if you use your only fucking voice to do some unproductive ass shit, man. That's why you want this voice? Really? You wanted a voice so that way you wouldn't have to be responsible for what you fucking said inside the environment. That's what you wanted? Is that what you wanted? To do a whole bunch of stupid, goofy, monkey shit and just point to fucking analytics, that pile of shit, and like, this is why I'm doing this? That's what you want? You see, this is why real conversations can't happen. Because after the real fucking conversation, there's a plan of action. But if you don't have the real conversation to its conclusion, you can't have a plan of action. None of these people want to solve any of these problems. Because if you did, you wouldn't be focused on the wrong type of fucking women. You wouldn't even be trying to give a voice to the wrong type of women. And I'm not talking about the women who pander to black men. They just as bad as the fucking ratchets are. I don't want to hear this shit about you being a fucking pick-me. Motherfuckers don't want to look at pick-me's talk. Motherfuckers want to experience the pick-me shit. But don't worry. According to most of these dumbass niggas, I just ain't had enough black pussy. That's all that was. That's all that is. You just don't love sex enough. Like, nah, man, that ain't the case. I take the shit in moderation. I just don't let it run my damn life, man. That's the problem we got here. Nobody wants to solve any problems. Everybody wants to be entertained and comforted. Everybody wants to experience comfort, man. Dude, you got to build your fucking comfort out here, man. You don't get to experience no fucking comfort. Hey, man, you should be building your own fucking comfort with these skills and abilities. A lot of these people give away their happiness before they even know what the fuck it is or how powerful it is. Yeah, they give that shit away. And they give it away to the wrong people. But you took the deal, man. You decided to eat poison rather than wait a little bit longer until a better meal came around. And these people are trying to dress poison up like it's fine wine. Like I said, these people ain't chasing you down. That's the problem, man. They want to be this go along to get along guy. Go along to get along. Don't help everybody. It hurts a lot of people. But you know who it don't hurt? It don't hurt the people who are keeping up the bullshit and the problem. That's who the go along, get along actually protects. I thought you motherfuckers hated feminists. Why the fuck would you turn yourself into a male version of a feminist? To call yourself fighting against them. And then have the nerve to call yourself a fucking masculinist while doing it. Man, this shit's nuts. This shit is fucking crazy. All because you don't want to focus on the productivity piece. You got PhDs in this fucking space who don't know shit about Clarence Thomas. One of the worst, well, there's only been two, but the worst representation of a black conservative on any fucking judicial level. This dude had the nerve to call Clarence Thomas a black nationalist. You can't make this shit up, dude. You can only do this shit around pig, ignorant ass motherfuckers, man. You had different brands of goofy ass black conservatives dissing Martin Luther King on his fucking birthday. Not understanding that, motherfucker, how the fuck you think you got to walk into restaurants and sit down and fucking eat if the fucking the sitting at lunch counters didn't fucking happen? I know what this shit's about. Hey man, go to Green Gorilla. A lot of you dumbass niggas are over there too. So why don't you just go listen to the live stream? Listen for yourself. Listen, man, the masculinity piece is gonna be fixed by skills and abilities. And leaving this relationship shit the fuck alone. Alright? Women who don't know how to act, they don't even concern me at all. Black men who don't know how to fucking act don't concern me at all either. Child support niggas don't concern me at all. People who trying to, you know, thumb wrestle with fucking feminists online over goofy ass talking points don't concern me. at all. Because that shit don't put no points on the board, man. They probably put points on the board for self, but they don't put no points on the board when it comes to actually challenging real power in society, man. Chubby, love you, take for the 999 super stupid. But that's where we at, man. Why would you want to talk about the relationship with a type of woman that you wouldn't fucking date? With a type of woman that you know have fucked up everything else? Like, a lot of these people want these problems, man. A lot of these people are shooting for low-hanging fucking fruit, man. A lot of them are. Then they want the rest of the world to focus on their dumbass fucking problems the moment they start getting into that shit, man. Man, look, I don't want to hear shit about how community-minded you are, man. And man, the community-minded shit that you should have exhibited should have been 20 years ago, 30 years ago. We got 50 years of data, 1970 to 2020. This shit didn't work. Letting people have access to infinite fucking choice, that shit didn't work. Creating cult of personalities out of our fucking problems didn't fucking work. You have boosted the wrong type of woman's profile to the point to where every other woman thinks that she gets to all the same rights that the dumbass fucking woman that you focus on get. And somehow they're supposed to make shit better, right? By focusing on the wrong people. Name me a problem that you've ever fixed in your life by focusing on the wrong aspects of it. You goddamn right I never team up with none of these motherfuckers who think this stupid ass shit right now. Nah, man. I ain't having this shit. No, sir. Speaking of that, the Moynihan report talked about the productivity piece. How you solve the family issue. What's the productivity piece? Yeah, a whole report. All 52 pages of it. The productivity piece. That report didn't say shit about coming online and complaining about fucking women, as that's your only fucking means of masculinity. That shit didn't say anything about that. I'm gonna go into why these unproductive motherfuckers don't like Martin Luther King either. That's gonna be a whole nother live stream by itself. So you gotta understand that having these bullshit ass conversations and inviting on the wrong people to try to get the right type of progress, these people are doing this shit on purpose, man. The only reason why they're doing it is so that way they can keep themselves a spot, because they're against progress in any shape, form, or fashion. They really are. They really, really are. You guys have got to recognize, man, this choice that you got, this choice that you got right now, they have the best outcomes that you possibly can, better than any other generation that came before you. Hey, man, take that shit seriously, man. Take that shit seriously, man. You ought to be proud of what you fucking create, as long as it's the best shit that you created with. I'd be goddamn if you fucking lock me down to some of the worst motherfuckers on the planet and tell me I gotta fucking pick from those group of people. Man, you must be out of your fucking mind. And the only thing you got is pandering toward these motherfuckers. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. But that's what they wanted to do, because that shit's easy. I'm not gonna lie, it's easy. Dude, it would have been the easiest thing on the planet to stay in Mississippi, probably live with my fucking mother before she had fucking died, what, 10 years, 8, 9 years ago? Dude, that shit would have been easy. It's too easy. But a lot of people want that easy ass life. No, man, I could have got a job, Walmart, Fred's, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, work for the fucking school system. Dude, I could have did all that easy ass shit, man. Wonder why I didn't? My grandfather told me to get the fuck out the city. Go see some shit. You can always come back to this shit, but man, go see the world, man. The world is a beautiful ass place. Yeah, that too. Yeah, but I was closed down in the city because the family didn't manage the shit right, and that's how they kind of split off and became what they are now. That's why you see certain Piggly Wiggly some places and some not. Some of some people bought their actual stores from the actual corporate office because their kids wasn't shit. That's what happened there, man. But they don't even want this shit, man. They don't even want it. They are sitting on a gold mine, though. They're sitting on a gold mine of blackmail failure. The only thing you got to do is just manage these uh, associations with people before they end up eating your ass alive, just like they ate everybody else alive. That's all you got, man. I see. I got to do my show in seasons now because we really got to solve these old ass problems, man. Because these people don't seem to be content or satisfied until there's a 100% failure rate across the board for all men. Who knew? Men were here to steer men back into problems that men could actually stay away from. Who knew that they wanted to do that? Who knew that men wanted to lead those type of discussions when they never had a voice before? Who knew? Who knew that people wanted to talk about entertainment and gossip and name dropping all these motherfuckers who don't know shit about you and don't fuck with you and don't invite you on? Who knew? Who knew there was all these black fucking conservatives, but you don't see them organizing shit ever? Who knew? Who fucking knew? Who knew, man? Who knew? And you gotta stop thinking this shit's a black problem. This shit's an America problem. But that's what happens, man. When you don't stand for shit and you don't want to fucking go nowhere, you'll fall for anything. And these people are falling for anything because they ain't trying to make no type of tangible progress. No type of tangible progress whatsoever. But don't mentor no fucking kids, man. I'm not mentoring a motherfucking thing. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. How these people have acted in the past? No, sir. I don't give a fuck if I ain't never got no fucking pussy. You ain't gonna never fucking hold me up to no deal like that, my man. No, sir. No, sir. You feel bad about it? Clear your own fucking name. Yeah. That's how you do it. You get your motherfucking ass out there and you clear your own fucking name. I would be ashamed of my fucking self if I helped these people into these type of fucking situations. Dude, I wouldn't be able to live with my goddamn self. If I steered these people deliberately here and lied to these people, and this is the outcome, dude, I don't think I could be able to. No, I don't think I'd be able to live with myself. That's where you're wrong. People are gonna go where they want to go. I'm just saying that I'm not mentoring the motherfucking soul. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Hey man, if you feel guilty, you did. That's your conscience talking to you about shit you did. My conscience ain't talking to me about shit I ain't got no experience with. Nope. My conscience ain't fucking knocking on my fucking head every time I go to sleep. No sir. I know I'm not responsible, and I love the fact that I'm not responsible. I get one life, one. And I'm gonna live that shit to the fullest. I'm gonna go see a whole bunch of shit and do things. The kids better come their motherfucking ass up here with me. You better get yourself some skills and abilities before I even start fucking with you. I'm not gonna fucking try to grab somebody by the shirt and try to pull their ass into the direction of progress. I ain't doing that shit. No. Because it's the bitch in you that make you want to do all that goofy ass shit. That make you want to do shit on hard mode. Man, fuck that. Starve, motherfucker. And we're not even saying fuck those kids. The dudes who put kids in them said fuck those kids. The woman who actually picked the non-productive piece of shit said fuck those kids. That's who said fuck those kids. Are we saying fuck those kids because we ain't trying to deal with shit that ain't our responsibility? We're not saying fuck those kids. We're saying we're not fucking with these kids. Yeah, that's different than fuck those kids. We're not fucking with these kids. Yeah, that's the difference. Nah, No, man, you got that backwards. No, sir. We're not fucking with these kids. Not fuck those kids. We're not fucking with these kids. They weren't created under some optimal circumstances. I got nieces and nephews that I don't fuck with because their mama's a piece of shit and they actually have some of the aspects of their hoe ass fucking daddy and mama and shit. Man, fuck them kids. I give a fuck about that. Fuck that. I'm not dealing with that shit. You mean to tell me that I survived to the early fucking 40s and now I gotta fucking deal with everybody else's problem? Man, get the fuck out of here. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Do I hope you figure it out? Yeah, I do. I just know you ain't doing it with my time. Yeah. I hope you get it figured out. I do. That doesn't mean that I hate black women. Nope. It means that I'm not fucking with this situation right here. I'm not equipped. I ain't got the medical fucking facilities or the goddamn medical background to fuck with this shit. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm outgunned. I give up. I quit. I retired. No, I'm not doing this shit. No, sir. No, sir. No, madam. No, madam. No, madam. No. You go to the dude who put your ass in that circumstance in the first place. That's the motherfucker who you go after. You don't go after decent fucking dudes and try to get us to do some shit that you didn't do on your own behalf, man. Man, fuck that. No, sir. The parents said fuck them kids, man. Yeah. You got to put the responsibility where it lies at, man. Because a lot of these whack ass motherfuckers are coming out here trying to throw passport bros and dudes under the bus when these are the motherfuckers who are actually doing domestic sex tourism in clubs and shit using unverified game when everybody's going to child support court and shit, man. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't even say it. It's already assumed. And that's the position and point, man. Like motherfuckers say all this hustle, let's get the money, let's get the bag nonsense, and then they And then they, well, how come we can't have no progress? Well, we can't have no fucking progress because motherfuckers trying to get the bag off bullshit. That's why you can't have no progress, man. I don't give a shit about unproductive men, period. I also don't give a shit about unfeminine women, period. I don't care because I can affect no power of change over those individuals. They got there by their individual choice, and it's time for them to start suffering up the consequences for it, man. You ain't to be wasting your time on this shit. Are you crazy? Your precious fucking time? Your million fucking heartbeats? You gonna waste on one of these motherfuckers? Nah. Nah, 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 nah. No. Yeah, but as always, as usual, they can't debate the issue because they don't know how to debate. They think that debate is saying the most wild and most fragrant shit possible without even trying to make no goddamn sense. That's what the idea of debate is. So why the fuck would I even want to fuck with these dudes like that? Man, get the fuck out of here. And listen, most of these dudes ain't got this shit together anyway. That's why I have to work with exclusively fucking women. You think I like that shit? No, but guess what? I'm gonna work with whoever the fuck I gotta work with. I don't give a fuck if they're white supremacists or what the fuck ever. If this motherfucker can fix a goddamn truck, I'ma fuck with him. Okay? Why? There ain't enough productive motherfuckers going around to even look like me. So that's what the fuck I gotta do. I gotta fucking survive the best way I can, man. The best way that I can is use the best labor out there and not risking my shit for motherfuckers I don't know and motherfuckers I wasn't responsible for culturing. That's it. What's hard about that? It's the most fair and the most equalist deal ever. I'm telling you to do the same shit. Did I make those mistakes starting off? Yeah, I did. I started not working by myself. I started figuring out that I had to try to help these unscrupulous ass motherfuckers just to put them near opportunity. They end up trying to oust me out my own shit. Yeah, man. These motherfuckers ain't changed, man. They ain't changed shit. They're looking for community-minded men so that way they can fucking feast off your motherfucking ass. It's gonna be a feeding frenzy if you take your ass back in their goddamn fire pit. Because remember, not only were the women promised those type of dudes were dependent on those type of men to come back to help them too. That's the other part of it. They lied on two people, not just one. But you know the people who ain't serious, man. If you with the relationship shit, like man, how you talk about the relationship shit and you can't even produce for these fucking women, man? How can you talk about the relationship shit when you can't even produce for the fucking women you talking about? Can you really produce for these fucking women? Can you really show up with hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to correct some of these problems these women got? No, you can't. I can't. But I gotta talk about this bitch because I gotta get paid, yo. All right, man. All right, man. You wanna know why hoes are winning? Because bitch ass niggas are letting them fucking do it. That's why. That's why. The overproduction line of Bravo Alpha Novembers have put women in charge, man. They want women in charge. Because if they had to be in charge, then they got to fucking come up with solutions. Why not have a woman in charge? Why not concentrating on a woman? Why not sitting around waiting on a bitch to fucking give up her fucking privileges given to her by the government? Women don't give up power like that. Nah, nah, man. Mm, Nah, man, like man, some of these stories, man, I can't tell. Like I can't tell none of the fucking bounty hunter stories either, man. But yeah, man, motherfuckers come in, they come into your shit, they outnumber you, and then they try to fuck your shit up. That's about the actual limits of it. They call themselves trying to take all the fucking customers away, and they end up fucking the whole thing up. Paul, who are you responding to? Just write the name in the chat because I don't see shit on my end, man. So who are you responding to? Hey man, who is Paul responding to? Because I don't see shit on my end. Anybody? Not that story. uh, nah, I can't do that shit, man. Like man, there's a lot of stories, man. I can't even tell, man. So anyway, I want to thank y'all for coming through. We gotta get back to the road. I'm having fucking fun out here, man. Not thinking or dealing with this kind of bullshit right here, man. So I want to thank you guys for coming through. 80 some people in here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Yeah. Motherfucker tried to kick me out my own fucking business. It's for real. This shit does happen. You let enough of these motherfuckers in there, they will try to pull some cool shit. Yeah. Yeah, somebody did do that. Like when I first came to YouTube, man, somebody was living in my fucking house in Denver. I didn't even fucking know it. The motherfucker lived there for a while too. I didn't know it. Got to know the neighbors and all that shit, man. Crazy, man. I'm telling you, man, something wrong with these fucking dudes, man. All right, man. Well, y'all have a nice one, man. Stay up out there. Make sure you hit the like button for y'all leave later.